Welcome to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. Of course, you know where I am. I don't know where I am. Do I know where I am? I can actually fool around. You know why? Because we're going live. And I love to go live because they can't cut anything out. It's all how it's supposed to be. We're in downtown Las Vegas, which is absolutely wonderful. And that we're at the Art House Theater, which is it's fairly new, this theater. It's very modern, absolutely fabulous. And my first guest is Philip Eaton. Now, Philip Eaton is a comedian, but I understand he's a comedian in a different way. I don't know how you can be a comedian in a different way, but you said you are. You sling things around, I don't know what he does.
I do a comedy juggling act. So.
A comedy juggling? You drop everything?
Hopefully not.
Well, that would be a real comedy. You've got to catch them all.
Well, yeah. I think it's better when I don't mess up, though.
So it's a planned comedy.
Absolutely.
It's a planned comedy mess up. How cool is that? Why did you do that?
When I was younger, I was always into different sports, like what you'd see on the X Games now, skateboarding and BMX and that kind of thing.
All that stuff, yes. Going up all these walls and then suddenly doing this twisty turning and coming back down again.
And when I was in college, I met a guy that was a juggler, and we became friends really quickly, and he always wanted somebody to be his juggling partner. And
really?
So, yeah, my friend Howard, he's my best friend.
He still is your best friend?
We just live a mile away. We did a double act.
Isn't that amazing? Sometimes best friends don't stay best friends for a long time.
Yeah.
But that's cool.
Yeah, we did a double act for 20 years, and then he retired from the show in 2008.
So what did you do? You were a comedian.
Yeah, well, we were both doing a comedy juggling act together, and so we're passing things, and I was a straight man stooge act, and so I was.
What sort of things would you do?
We did a machete pass around. It was one of our
a machete pass around, isn't that a bit dangerous?
Well, not the way we do it.
In other words, since you've been doing, you haven't killed anybody yet.
No.
Okay,
well,
that's a good thing.
there was one lady, but she was pretty old, and she wasn't going to last much longer anyway. So.
I presume that's one of his jokes.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. We had a woman that would stand between us, and we would pass machetes in front and then back of her.
In front and back of her, and always miss.
And don't do this.
Yeah, you might get caught.
Yeah.
How long does it take to kind of sort of practice and get something perfect like that? Tough.
Oh, it probably, in the first place, you have to have the skill to actually juggle machetes. So you start with the juggling clubs, the things that look like bowling pins.
Oh, okay.
You start with that and practice the passing with your partner.
Yes.
With clubs, and then you get comfortable juggling machetes, and then practice juggling machetes.
Are those real machetes, or are they just kind of fake machetes in case you miss?
No, we demonstrate, we cut things up and demonstrate that they're real. Yeah.
No, I mean when you first started practicing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, make a wrong
Well, back in the day, you couldn't really find, you had to go to the Salvation Army or someplace, or Army surplus. To find a machete, yeah. It wasn't like you could just go to Lowe's.
Do you find that machetes and things like that really intrigue your audience? Because it's something really quite dangerous, and it's something that could have a mishap. So
absolutely.
And that's the whole point of
absolutely.
What you're doing.
When I greet the crowd during my performance, I do a couple of jokes up front, and then I ask them if they'd like to see ball juggling or knife juggling to start the show. And
what do they normally say?
They
want all of it.
No, they scream for the
machete.
Yeah, or occasionally somebody will say chainsaw.
It's funny. So he slipped that one in. But it's funny how people love to watch something dangerous more than something halfway dangerous. But they want something really, really on the edge, and that's probably made you do what you do.
Well, that's where, when you're working with comedy, you build tension with, I'm going to juggle something dangerous. And then you make a joke out of something as you're setting it up. It's those tension, release.
Keep the tension up all the time.
And then a laugh, and then the next joke, and then a laugh, tension, release. And then finally, you build up comedy in the introduction, but the trick has to sell itself. Whatever you're going to do.
You have to really do that
It has to be something that people don't go, oh, they have to go, oh my gosh, wow.
How did they do that? You know,
Right.
because I see all these tricks, these magical tricks and everything, and I like, look, how do they do them? I mean, they do this thing, and then all of a sudden they've got 6 cats in their hand or something. I don't know what, you know. But they do, and I often wonder, I mean, they've got no sleeves, nothing anywhere, and
Yeah.
it all appears, and it's like, I mean, it really happens.
Yeah, there's an amazing amount of technique that goes on in thought. I know I do a little bit of magic in my act, but I'm not a magician per se. I'm a juggler.
More action, more of a juggler, more of an action builder.
Yeah, and I know, but I do have many friends that are magicians, and I know a few of the tricks of the trade.
So you could slip a trick in there, that, you know, in case your audience are not sort of, you know, cooperating with you. You could throw a trick in there and get them.
I have a few that are planned throughout the show.
Do you do that?
Yeah, I have a few magic tricks that are planned throughout the show. You know, like for example, I'm going to juggle a bowling ball, and I make the bowling ball appear out of a briefcase that's about that thick.
Oh, and the
And
bowling
so
ball
I-
is like this big.
Yeah, but I don't go, hey, here's a magic wand, hocus pocus, and go, here's a bowling ball. I just kind
A
of
lot of people do
nonchalant.
that.
I know, but I just kind of walk out with a briefcase, open it up, pull out a bowling ball, and people go, hey, wait a minute.
Might have that. And it's full size when
Yeah.
it comes out of the case.
And I drop it on the ground, it makes a big thud, and you know, and people, it's real.
Very authentic.
I'm sorry?
Very authentic.
yes.
Very
yes.
much so. So you love what you do. So now where are you appearing? Because we've all been in this pandemic and everything's been lousy. So
Yeah, I'm in a show called Big Little Variety Show. It's at Alexis Park on Harmon.
oh, fabulous.
Yep, it's across from the Virgin. I want to say Hard Rock because, you know, but Hard Rock Hotel's not there anymore. You know, it's changed to the Virgin. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4:30 p.m.
Friday, Saturday, so you've got a good gig there.
It's been going since January, and you know how shows are here in Vegas. They can open and close in a
And,
week,
you know, that's what I'm saying.
and we're almost through
So
October
you
now.
must be really good. You. But in the afternoon, you get a lot of people in the afternoon, or you get enough people in the afternoon?
We get enough, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tricky time spot, and our producer has 5 or 6 different shows in that venue, and so we're trying to move to a little bit later in the evening time slot.
So you got a few more people come in. And,
Yeah, particularly tourists that are coming in from California or out of state.
yeah.
They're not gonna make it in, you know, get checked into
They're
the
not going to
hotel.
be like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
They'll be ready to go then. They're ready to arrive then. Because
Yeah.
of the traffic and everything else.
But we
you're
have a great
fortunate.
cast. We have a great acrobat that's in our cast, and a great
Oh, so
hostess.
it's a complete show.
Yeah, it's a variety show, Big Little Variety Show. Ube Rossi is our acrobat. Penny Wiggins is our
Cool.
hostess. And shout out to those guys. Look
So,
forward to
yeah,
seeing
that's
them
nice.
again
I
soon.
like that. So do you feel that everything's coming back now? Do you think that sort of everything's really starting at sort of getting there?
Things were bad in Vegas for a while.
Are you kidding?
The economy's finally coming back around. You know, things got so bad, the local mafia had to lay off 6 judges.
I presume that was a joke. I'm laughing, don't worry, I did get it. Duh.
Yeah, it's coming back, and I also performed the cruise ship circuit, and of course that was completely
That was
gone.
Oh, are they back yet? Those cruise ships
I'm starting.
back yet?
My management company has a weekly webinar, and so when I tuned into that today, and they're saying that worldwide, globally, 50% of the cruise ships are sailing again with guests on board.
Because they're always hazardous anyway, because they have the same air going around in a cruise ship all the time. So, you know, people can, if somebody has a flu or the cold or something, everybody else kind of gets it because of their system.
Well,
They've cleaned it up.
they've
Yeah.
changed all their ventilation systems
About time.
on Fleetwide,
Yeah.
on all the companies.
That's a good thing.
Well, yeah, that's great.
Because now people feel safer. And especially because you get an awful lot of older people on cruise ships.
They do, yeah.
A lot of old people. Do you like doing the cruise ships?
I do. I'm doing one. I'm doing one the end of this. I'm gonna play hooky from Big Little Variety Show this week, and I'm doing a cruise over to the Bahamas.
In
And
the
then,
Bahamas.
yeah, and then I'll just for a week, and I'll be back.
Because I was just wondering where he was going to pick this up because, you know, we're in Vegas and I don't see any water around us. So I think you got to go somewhere, not
You
quite.
pick it up at Mandalay Bay, you stop by the Rio,
Yeah,
and then you get off at Treasure Island. That's it. That's your cruise.
That's your cruise. I love it. Where can anybody reach you?
You can check out one of my websites, sideshowbert.com. That's my stage name, Sideshowbert, or philipjohneaton.net. And you can come see me at Big Little Variety Show, and I'll also be appearing at, where am I going to be? I'm at House of Magic.
House of Magic, that's off Charleston, isn't it? Is it? No. Oh, no.
No, it's at Downtown Grand.
Yeah, Downtown Grand, yes.
Yeah, and I'll be there in December, and also at Delirious Comedy Club.
So you've got a lot of stuff coming up. You're very well booked.
I'm
Do you know
doing
why
like a
he's
cruise
well
a month.
booked? You know why he's doing it, don't you? Because you're good. That's why he gets all these bookings, because he's good. And if you're good, you practice your thing every week, all the time. Do you change it all the time?
I mix and match, and I have a new routine that I put in just recently, and I've really had a chance to work it out when I was working at Jokesters Comedy Club and at Big Little Variety Show. It's a rat trap juggling routine, and it's
A rat trap. Do you have a real rat?
no, I don't have any. Nope,
No, that will
no
scare
animals.
everybody. You get rid of everybody in 5 minutes. Joke
Well,
of the day.
But at Alexis Park Hotel, where the show's at, you won't see any mice around there.
No,
No.
why? You
Got the
them
rat
all.
traps around,
The rat
yeah.
traps around. I love it. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Philip. It's been amazing. Philip Eaton, he's an amazing guy. And also, you know, he's getting work all the time. So that gives Vegas is coming back. And then you're doing the cruises, so that's 50% back. So all this stuff is coming back. I want to thank Social Media Shows, who actually are the producer for our show, Vegas Live with Ninon, which is amazing. And we're at the Art House Theatre, which is downtown Las Vegas, with Philip Eaton. And we shall be right back with our next guest. You take care. Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. And of course, I don't ever tell any of my guests we're actually going live. We are going streaming live. So I think I'll tell you right now.
No, I love it. Yes.
Because isn't that the in thing? Oh, by the way, this is Troy.
Hi, how you
Troy
doing?
is very new to Vegas, and I had a little birdie told me he's playing at the Mandalay Bay.
Yes, ma'am.
Singing there. How did you get that gig?
You know, it's a funny story. So in April of this year, a friend of mine sent me a little news clip. Now I just moved here from Los Angeles, and I was playing nightclubs back in LA. Unfortunately, with everything that's going on right now, they just haven't come back quite yet. And I got this little news clip from my friend, and it said Las Vegas was short entertainers. And I was like, well, sounds like dollar signs to me. So I came out Easter Sunday looking for work. I was just walking up and down the strip. I like to do things in a very old school manner. Just grabbed a box full of resumes.
Checking out what's going on and what's
Yeah,
happening.
exactly. You know, see kind of what's happening, see what the shtick is.
So you had your resumes and you passed them around to people?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'd go walk in, kick in a door, and go,
That's a
hey, y'all need a
brilliant idea.
pianist?
That's a brilliant idea.
Oh, you know, it's funny. Isn't that how you're supposed to get a job, though, right? You're supposed to walk into a place and hand in a
I'm
resume.
not a singer.
Well, the fun thing is I don't think there's really any rules for what I do
I don't think there's any rules in the world
anymore.
for
yeah.
anymore for anything.
Yeah.
I think you can actually do your own thing, and how you want to do it and how it works is the best thing for you.
Well, and maybe that's a beautiful thing of what happened last year. Is it kind of did wipe the slate clean, and now we're all sitting in this position.
See, this is how the younger generation think. They think in a positive way. I'm kind of in the younger generation because all I can see out of this whole COVID thing is prosperity. I saw a lot of changes, a lot of stuff going on, but I saw the younger generation, they didn't care.
Well, if you can get into the right mindset, and I think the one thing, yes, I do see a lot of positivity with the younger generation.
Oh, amazing.
I do also see a lot of hesitation towards actually going out and doing anything about it.
The younger generation?
Yeah,
they
I
don't-
think that's kind of funny. You know, a lot of people around my age, and I mean, we're what, like 5 years apart or so?
Something like that.
Yeah. I just see this kind of, you know, I want to sit at home and kind of have things land in my lap. And I was lucky I had.
And that's not going to happen.
No, it just doesn't happen.
That does not happen that way. What he just said
At all.
will never, ever, ever happen. That
No,
won't.
you got to
have
go out and get it.
And
that's.
then when you do get it, you've got to be on time.
Yes.
You've got to know what you're doing. And you've got to have rehearsals.
Absolutely.
I believe a singer has to sing every day
Yep.
to practice the vocal cords.
At least 3 hours.
At least 3 hours every day to keep those vocal cords going.
Yes.
I'm glad I'm not a singer.
You know, it's not that. It's for me.
You
Like
probably
I
like
don't
it.
work a day in my life. I love what I do.
Yes.
It's,
See, that's the
I wake up
idea.
singing. It's
Yes.
beautiful.
That's the you wake up. What are you singing in the morning?
You know, it's usually some old Motown soul music. That's usually kind of what gets me in the
I was
mood.
going to say, what do you sing?
Well, I do a little bit of everything. It's funny, you know, I started working as a piano bar. I host a piano bar at a place called the 1923 at Mandalay Bay. It's a Prohibition-style speakeasy.
Oh, how wonderful.
Oh, and it's just
You
so
like
much
it?
fun.
And
Oh,
what
my
days
gosh.
are you there?
I'm there every Friday and Saturday.
Every Friday and Saturday you can
Yes,
see him
ma'am.
there. And what times?
Yep, 9 to midnight.
9
So,
to midnight?
Yes.
Oh, you've got the prime time.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
He's got prime time and he's got prime days.
It's fantastic. Vegas has been nothing but good to me.
Well, maybe you've been good to it too.
Oh, I like to think so.
You know, maybe you brought yourself here, you saw a little opening coming up and you went in there and you grabbed it and you took it.
Well, and that's, I guess, kind of what I was talking about with the things won't come to you. You got to take it.
Yeah.
If there's one thing I know in this world, and I was blessed I had good parents, taught me good things.
And you're originally from California?
Well, I'm from all over. So I was born in upstate New York in a town called Rochester.
Oh, Rochester.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh yeah.
I love people from New York.
Is that right? Well,
I-
then you're not going to like me too much because I left when I was 1 year old.
Oh, well.
About 13 months.
Well,
I
you still got
believe
it in you.
Yeah, right?
You
Yeah.
got it in you.
I got that
right?
northern blood. I was born
Yeah.
during one of the biggest winters they've ever had. So
Oh, so you're cold.
I got a good taste of New York
love
while I was in
with
New
the cold
York.
weather. Absolutely. And then you came to what, Los Angeles?
And then I moved to Texas. We had family down in Texas. My father had just gotten out of the military, and we were starting up from scratch. Went down where we were close to family, grabbed a little help, and then they actually went on a little holiday over to a place called Big Bear, California.
Yeah.
Lake
Up in
Arrowhead,
the-
yeah.
up
Up in the mountains, yes.
Oh, it's
And they
beautiful
fell in
up
love
there.
with it, and they bought a home up there, and I spent,
Oh, really?
yeah,
So
most
you
of my
were
childhood
born-
was up in the
but-
woods.
And your childhood, but also your father was in the military, so you had a lot of restrictions? Was he?
You know, my mother was more restrictive than my dad.
Oh, really?
Funny enough, no, she was really great. I love my mama so much,
Yeah.
but they were very protective of me. I'm an only child.
Ah.
Yes, yeah.
So they're really looking after you, making sure.
Well, yeah, well, I think they were making sure I wasn't doing anything dumb like I'm inclined to do, so.
Well, we won't go there, will we? So what have you got in mind as what you want to do? Because you've come from California. What was in California? Los Angeles, was it good?
You know, that's a funny city. So when I was younger, I fell into acting.
Yes.
I was very, very fortunate in that sense. I worked, I was very blessed. I got to work on Disney, Nickelodeon shows.
Oh, really?
Did some stuff for Showtime, Fox.
Yeah, but you have that person. He has that great personality. You have a very free soul. You're very free. So you're not inhibited.
And
by
that's my parents. Once again, just one more thing. They've always endorsed it. You know, it was funny. I always talk with people, and I see so many folks my age because we grew up in such a liberal time space where the parents they'll endorse anything you do, right? Oh my God, you want to be an astronaut? Sure.
Be an astronaut.
Go be an astronaut. And I had parents that were very supportive and endorsing of anything I wanted to do, but instead of just saying, yeah, go out, hit the road, go do it, they were like, all right, you want to be a musician? What the hell are you going to do about it? And it was very nice, and it was good to kind of have that, you know, hey, not only are we going to support what you do, but we're going to make sure that you're doing something about it.
So when did you let them know that you wanted to be a singer?
When I was 10 years old.
10 years old?
Yeah.
And what, did you see somebody? Or
Yes,
you got these
exactly. So my father took me to my first concert. We went and saw Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, Bruce.
Oh, Bruce Springsteen. And I got Born to Run tattooed on my arm. Oh, we ain't playing around, honey.
You're not playing around, and you knew from him. Did you always sort of know you had a singing voice, or you knew you could kind of?
Well, you know, singing didn't come naturally to me. I had to put a lot of work into it. Funny enough, I
really?
think I'm a pretty decent singer now. But
If you're
when
the
I was,
Mandalay Bay on Friday and Saturday, you better be pretty decent. Come on.
it's a lot of hard work.
Yeah, but there's a lot of talent in this town too.
Yes, there is. That is one fun thing that I did like about moving to Vegas is there's a tremendous amount of talent in this town, and that's coming from LA, where there's everybody who wants to be anybody moves straight to LA.
Yeah, and I also wonder, singers and people, performers, why do they move there and not here? Because there's more hair. Well, there was.
Well, exactly. Well, but even aside from that, I think LA is so oriented around television and film.
LA is LA.
LA is LA.
LA is.
There's just nothing like LA.
No,
there really isn't. Although I have to say, the 6 months that I've been in this town, I fell in love. It's going to take a crowbar to get me out.
I'm going to ask a very personal question, which I probably shouldn't,
but
I don't really care. You don't take drugs, do you?
No, that's not true. I mean, I smoke a little grass every once in a while.
Well, that's not really.
But it's not hard drugs. No, I know. When I was I'm in my later 20s now, and in my earlier 20s, I would try once a year. I would try a new drug.
Yeah.
Just because why not? Life's short, right?
But also you're young. Look how honest he is, though. Huh? He's so honest about what you do. That's so cool.
Thank you.
Instead of turning around and saying, no, I don't do drugs when you know you did.
Oh yeah, I have in the past.
You have in the past, but you don't now, do you?
Well, like I said, no, my drug of choice is liquor.
Oh, liquor.
And make no mistake, that is a drug, unfortunately.
Well, everything's a drug, whatever you do.
I know, whatever you do. It could be
tea,
food, it could be tea, it could be coffee, anything that alters our state of
But you
mind.
keep yourself on that straight line, though, don't you? So you're very responsible on your jobs because you seem that type of person. I'm going up the wrong avenue, I believe, because I'm getting a look like, well, Ninon, that's not really what...
No, you know what? I do think I'm fairly responsible. I don't, I never show up to work looking up or anything like that.
No.
You got to, and especially when you're blessed with such a funny job. My job is, I'm a musician, but it's really to show up to this little nightclub and make sure everybody has a great night, right?
Yeah, so you're responsible for taking care of what they're paying for.
Yes, exactly. And I approach anything.
I haven't really looked at it that way, but that's true, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it's your responsibility to make sure they had a good time. When you have a nightclub paying for you to
So what do
entertain.
you do to involve them in what you're doing? Do you get them to sing with you sometimes, or do you get involved talking to them, or do you just sing?
Well, I don't push, and I know a lot of singers who do this, particularly with a piano bar.
Yes.
They'll always want to push and incorporate this crowd participation.
They'll sing along.
Yeah, well, and if you play the right songs, they'll sing along.
Well, so
That's
do
just
you
how it
play
goes.
the piano?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, so I sing and play the piano.
You sing and play the piano.
Yeah.
I got to come and visit you.
Oh,
Don't
it's a
forget,
very
you've got to
fun
go to
show.
Mandalay Bay.
Yes, Mandalay
Friday
Bay.
and Saturday, 9 to midnight.
9 to midnight at the 1923 Prohibition Bourbon Bar. And it's just an absolute blast. We just brought on a dancer now, too, so we have burlesque on Saturdays.
Oh, burlesque.
Oh, I
A
love
burlesque dancer.
Oh, There is no greater feeling than singing and playing a piano and having a pretty lady dance around you. It's true. It's true.
I think he likes what you do.
I love my job. Yes. No, but I mean, and I guess to kind of circle back to what you were saying, when you put your all into something,
yes.
and the fun thing is you know, with art, and I guess I'm an artist. I consider myself more of an artist. I always consider myself an entertainer in the sense. I was talking with my father about this the other night, and I was saying, you know, the funny thing is the difference between an artist and an entertainer. So an artist, they take what's happening around them out in the world. They see what's on the news. They see what's happening with their friends. They see what's happening with their peers.
They put it all together.
They put it all together, and then they give a reflection of that, right? But with their own hue of whatever they see.
Yes, with their own personality.
Whereas an entertainer takes all of that they see and they take it in, and instead of giving a reflection of what they see, they give a promise of what it could be.
In other words, they bring themselves into it.
Yeah.
And that's what you use.
And I think that's kind of what I do.
But doesn't that kind of make someone an individual, a Diana Ross or anybody?
Absolutely.
That's what makes you. And I often look at some of these entertainers, and I think to myself, why don't they get themselves, a little niche of who they are, and put that out more?
I think they're all trying to.
Yeah.
I think it's hard to find yourself. I think that's a really tough thing to do in life, and I think.
But you have.
Well, I think I'm finding myself every day.
You're finding yourself every day.
And you have to, unless you put a...
So you add. Now you've got to listen to all this out there, because he's giving us a lot of good information on how to sort of be different, a different performer, because that's what you want to be. You want to be your own individual performer, not really copy someone else. We all move, we all do things, but we all do it. But we all do it individually. It's like, I'm a talk show host.
Of course,
I'm different to other people. Well, wait a second, am I?
Well, and you have fantastic hair and earrings. I think that's
do you think that does it?
it.
I think this does it.
I think the earrings do it, but I do love the hair. You have fantastic hair. I noticed it right when I walked in. Well, I noticed it at that little bar we met at. I just loved it. I was like, oh,
we met
what
was that bar we met at?
It was Cork and Thorn, I believe.
Cork and Thorn.
Yeah, fantastic little
and
blues
he
night.
walks in, and I said to a girlfriend of mine, I was there for some celebrity thing, whatever it was, and I said, who's that guy? And you and I, we kind of connected.
Yeah, well, I remember we caught eyes across the bar.
We caught eyes across the ballroom. Amazing. But that's what Vegas is. Vegas is, there's always something happening, there's always something.
Well, there's never a dull moment out here, is there?
Well, only if you don't make it dull. You could make it very dull, but you can make it very happy. So we make it between the two of us.
And that just boils back to what we
what are you
talked
doing tonight? I know it's not Friday night.
Well, it's still up in the air, and that is the funniest thing is about being an entertainer in Vegas is your weekends are, during the week.
Yes.
That's when you got to go find something to do.
You've got to find something to do.
Yeah.
You've got to get other jobs. Do you have an agent?
No, so I manage myself.
Do you prefer that?
I'm sorry?
Do you prefer that?
Yes, I only trust myself. And my father and my mother. Yeah,
cool.
That's for sure. I don't trust many people when it comes to business.
When it comes to business, because you want to make because they can agents, they can say, well, I put this one in it, or I put that one in.
Well, and everybody's robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's crazy.
Yeah, is it crazy, the money wise thing out there?
And I don't mean to sound jaded or anything like that.
You just know.
If you've been around the block a couple of times, you can see what happens.
He's been around the block.
Well.
He's still going around the block.
Oh, we're always driving around it.
Well, how can people find you? How can they reach you to book you? Because you've got to book this guy.
Well, I appreciate that. I
him.
would say the biggest thing is Fridays and Saturday nights. 1923 Bar, Mandalay Bay. Prohibition Speakeasy. It's right behind a bookcase. It's very, very cool.
Awesome.
You sneak into the back and you walk into this. It's almost like being transplanted into a different world, right? Like
everybody
you get
wants
this.
that. Something a quiet corner.
Yeah, you get to throw away your woes, and that's always my thing.
Yes. So we're going to make sure that our crew, part of us, Marie Pureza, who is my producer, we're going to see if we can get down there and shake it up a little bit.
Oh, you girls better be down there this weekend.
Well, we'll try. We're going to try to be down there.
I'm teasing, of
Isn't
course,
he wonderful?
of course.
Troy is absolutely amazing.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you
a
so
pleasure.
much. And don't forget the art theatre here at downtown.
Yeah, what a great
Vegas.
little location
You like
this
this
is. Oh my God, it
location?
was fantastic. I
They
walked
got-
through the door and I went, oh, we're in
this is it.
business.
And
Yeah.
also, this is there's 20% off apparently for any dinners and drinks and all sorts of everything's going on here. So they're doing a lot of promotion down here. It's absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. Don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe and build us up, because we're doing absolutely great. Thank you, Troy.
Thank you
Isn't
so
he
much
lovely?
for having me.
I love it.
Absolutely
Thank you.
lovely.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with our next guest. Take care.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream. Yes.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows we could reach over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create out.
Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. I have Leslie Laguardia with me. She's named after an airport in New York or
That
somewhere.
was my great-grandfather.
Well, hang it. Oh, I've got to behave myself now. with a little bit of celebrity's hair. What do you mean that was your grandfather?
Yes,
He built the airport?
No, he was the mayor of New York City during the Depression.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
Your what a, oh,
Yes.
I see. I don't ever
Famous
pre-interview
mayor.
anybody.
Very
but
famous mayor, and changed New York
and
City.
he was the mayor of New York.
Yes.
So you knew as a little girl.
Oh no, that was, I wasn't.
You
I
weren't
was a
born.
twinkle. I was a star in the sky then.
You were a star in someone's eye, somewhere around there you were.
Yeah.
That's amazing though.
Yeah, it's funny that
That's a
people
cool
would
story.
even. Yeah, it's funny that people would even know LaGuardia out here in Nevada. But yes, I guess he was famous all over the world.
Well, I'm a British subject, so I know all the airports because
Yes, of
flying in and
course.
out all over the place, and LaGuardia is one of them, obviously. So, but now you are an author.
I'm a publicist.
You're a publicist.
So I make people famous. People like you.
Well, I'm sitting in the right seat then, aren't I? Because I've got half a book done.
Yeah,
I'm doing a biography of myself.
as you should.
Well, I don't know. I'm going, I'm going into things I don't know if I like what I see. No, it's a long story, obviously.
Yeah.
So what made you go into being, why are you a publicist?
Well, I was a professional dancer for 35 years.
Oh.
And I owned 4 Arthur Murray dance studios.
Really?
And I competed all over the world.
Arthur Murray, Dancing in a Hurry.
Can't believe she knows this. Really? But I was I owned the franchises, but not only did I compete, I taught, I was a choreographer, I did the Orange Bowl. I mean, I had a wonderful career in
Orange
dancing.
Bowl in Los Angeles?
Down in Florida.
Oh, down in Florida.
And so I did lots of great fun things and had a wonderful career in dancing. And
Now, you danced yourself and you obviously taught other people
Oh,
how to
yeah.
dance.
Changed
that
their
must have been
lives.
hilarious.
Oh,
especially
Arthur Murray
teaching.
Dance Studios, it was a dream job. It was a
Was
dream
it?
career.
And is that why you bought up the franchises?
I did. I really did. I just loved it. And then
Well, how could you be at all of them as far as
and then
magical woman?
And well, I am a woman, so we can do anything. And in high heels like Ginger Rogers. So, you know.
Well, I always wear high heels.
Me too. I was born
Look
in
at
them.
this.
That's why my mother said labor hurt so much.
Yes.
So I was born in high heels.
And you haven't taken them off
I
since?
haven't taken them off. That's right.
At least I meet somebody that likes high heels. I wear high heels all the
Every
time.
day, and I dress
Every
up
day.
like this every day too. I just feel like
a woman after my own heart.
this is my. And when I first met you, I was just overwhelmed with how lovely you always dressed every
how
time.
sweet.
So great,
sweet.
great
But
fashion.
It's just a way, you know. You know, everybody does remark about it, but to me, it's not. It's just that I do it.
Yeah,
I just look at my closet and I wear this and this, and I don't ever get dressed till the last second after
Yeah.
the hair's done, the makeup's on, and then I think, all right, now we're moving.
Yeah, I can't even
Do you
go
do
to the
the same?
grocery store without mascara.
Well, I can't go to the grocery store without eyelashes. I'm going to admit, yes, I do have these things on.
Yeah. But you know, when you're in the careers that we are in, which is in the public eye and working with celebrities that I do, and
Yes.
you want to match their energy.
You want to present yourself.
You want to be classy and present yourself. And,
Yes.
and people that work with a publicist, you want to look famous if you're going to make other people famous too.
Yes, because that's the idea of a publicist. The idea of a publicist, if you don't know out there, because I know there's a lot of people that write books, they don't know what to do with them. So they come to you.
Well, it wouldn't be just books. It would be, let's say, a celebrity or someone who had a
See what-
show.
Yes.
It's
so you-
any person that wants to take their brand of themselves. It could be a realtor. It could be a lawyer. I work with
So
Ben
you do,
Vereen.
you do a large.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with a lot of celebrities, and they want to get their name in the news. They
Yes.
want to be on TV. They want to have an opportunity to
This
be on
is the
this.
woman I need. I need this young lady.
I need this woman.
I need. Well, that's a cool thing.
Yeah,
I
so-
need you and you need me.
Yes.
So we can help each other. That's the idea of this show, Vegas Live with Ninon. The idea is to help people, and that's what we do. We
That's
help
right.
people like you. We just had a young man, and I was talking different things about him. He was so honest and so great. But he's a singer. We help him
Oh,
get
great.
out there. So
That's
we-
what it's all about. And you
I think
yourself
so.
are actually publicists, believe it or not, because
Oh,
you're
I
taking
am?
you're taking people and
Yes.
presenting them to the community, to Las Vegas, and even farther reaching areas, and you're
Yeah,
doing
because we
that
are
for-
on the internet.
Yes.
We're all over.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to brag a little bit now, and I hope that my Maria Pureza doesn't mind. She's my producer for Vegas Live with Ninon. But I have another show called Ninon Speaks, and that's strictly done on the internet.
Yes, I've seen
Have
that.
you seen that?
Yes, I have.
Well, we just got a platform. We're now on Roku.
Oh, good.
Yes. So apparently this is very good. I don't know how good it is, but
It is.
everybody's like, every time I mention it, they go, oh, Ninon, you're... I'm like,
Well, you've done a great job with Facebook, and you've done a great job in putting your name out there. When did
now
you
coming from you,
When did you come to Vegas? Because I feel like I met you when you first came.
you probably did. I came in, I'll tell you when it was, January the 21st at 3:30 in the afternoon. 2012.
And I came here in 2014. So you'd
Awesome.
only been here in
Couple of
January
years.
2014.
Yes.
And I came from New York because I was tired of the snow. I was tired of the gray skies. And I'm just like the power of
Gray
positivity.
skies are blue.
So I just love waking up every day. So if I could be a publicist under blue skies in Nevada, why not?
So what about the summer? Does that bother you, the heat?
Not at all.
No. Doesn't
I'd
bother
rather
me
have
either.
113 degrees than
Below 20.
13 degrees below zero.
I agree with you.
Only good thing
I
about
don't
New
know
York
if I've
is
ever lived in
wearing
13
warm coats.
below. I don't know. I've never lived in really a cold place myself.
Yeah,
but,
it's-
I happen to like the cold. Like I love Chicago. I think Chicago's fabulous. So let's get back to you. So how are you doing? You had Arthur Murray. You kind of closed. Did you sell them all? Or
Well,
what did you do with them?
I branded myself an Arthur Murray because there's one thing about dancers. Like people, we get old. And you know,
Tell me.
so you have to plan
That's
ahead.
an understatement of the
You have
whole
to
year.
plan ahead that these legs are not going to work for you forever.
Yeah, but yours are still working.
So I started to brand myself in a community called Saratoga Springs, which is home of the racetrack and the big hats.
I know Saratoga.
And-
I've been there. I've been to the racetrack
And
with
I
the big
became
hats.
very well known at the galas by dancing with
were.
my husband at the time, and we
What
would
did you do
dance.
with him?
What did I do with him?
Yes.
We would sometimes perform.
No,
in
you said off the
costume.
past.
Oh, well, he passed away.
Oh, my husband passed away too.
It's another
So
thing we
they're
have
probably
in common.
both up there at the racetrack or something.
They're probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Mine
yeah,
would
yeah.
be teaching mambo or something. But,
We
you
would
know.
be teaching the mambo, and I would be trying to learn it in between the races.
But you know, we really branded ourselves in the community, and that started rolling this whole concept of how you take a small business and put a crown on their head and let them grow into it. And we would always be,
energy.
we would be in the newspaper. They'd take pictures of us, and then I said, if I can do this for me and take a little dance studio and turn it into $1 million business, what could I do for other people?
Isn't that nice?
So when I decided to retire and move to Las Vegas, I started LaGuardia Media and Public Relations, and I tapped into some of those celebrities I used to work with, and started tapping into other dance studios or people I would meet on the strip, and that my company just started to boom.
So have you found that Vegas is mostly entertainment, isn't it?
It's very much entertainment, but it also has a wonderful community of personal injury lawyers. There are a lot of personal injury lawyers here.
Well, I would imagine
Look
that
at all
would
the
be right.
billboards.
I was going to say, look at all the people that are suing all the hotels.
Yeah, but the billboards.
And you know, I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it because I say things that I'm not supposed to say anyway, and I don't particularly worry. But they say that the lawyers, they don't really worry too much about, you know, how it's solved and what happens, because the client is either going to be gone in 2 weeks or 2 years. Because most people stay in Vegas, the longest is 2 years. Maybe different now. I think it's maybe a little different. They stay a little longer now.
But because
before-
there are so many, the lawyers really want to say, this is my brand, this is how great we are. And,
Yes.
and because this
With
is...
all the posters up
yeah,
outside.
the laws are
everything.
different on personal injury here. So my job is to try to take a particular attorney and get them in the news, make them an expert in their field by writing articles about them, by getting them a billboard, by putting them on a podcast or a TV show, anything that's
You
going to
could
bring
bring
them
anyone.
an expert.
Yeah, you can bring them on.
I would love to.
I've never actually interviewed a lawyer that way.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be fun.
There's some
wouldn't it?
fascinating people up there and great stories. I love the stories.
Oh, I love stories. Well, you love stories.
But I have a motto in my website that says, "We put you in the spotlight and keep your competitors in the dark."
I like that.
That's my
I love
motto.
that. That's your logo. Well, yeah, because you're promoting.
Yeah,
this
it's
is
like,
your guy. This is who
you're going to come to
promoting.
me. I'm going to put you in the spotlight, and we're going to make you famous.
Now, at one time, lawyers never were in the spotlight. Lawyers never did do all this.
Right.
They were always kept very sort of. They could not advertise. They could not put themselves out there. So what? made
Doctors
this-
too.
And
Same
doctors,
thing. And now
very
you see.
quiet. Now all you see is big posters with "I'm the greatest lawyer that ever lived."
Oh,
and,
yeah.
You know, and I'm the greatest doctor. I'm the greatest dentist. And you go, well, who? And then you turn around and say, if you're advertising yourself, then are you that good? That's the question when people ask. How do you, how do you answer that?
It's a fine line
Yeah.
between marketing someone as an expert and marketing someone with an ego. You want, everybody wants to hear from an expert, and if you
Yes,
can
they
make
want
your
to win the
client
case.
look like an expert,
Yes.
and you can position them so that the news will call them because they're so good at what they do.
And they're honest and they're good and they're reliable.
Exactly.
Because that's the reputation you are putting out for them.
Exactly.
So they'll come to and this is what the lawyer wants, that he's not thought of as all, you know, just
Exactly.
a guy taking your money.
You know, I have this so interesting client, and I would love to have him on the show. He's one
Okay,
of
we'll
only
talk to
8
Maria.
doctors in the world that perform a very special amputee surgery. You know how amputees, they have to wear a prosthesis, right? The suction
But it has
cup.
to fit
And
has
it's
to
so
be,
painful
I
for them,
would
and it gives
imagine.
them blisters and their skin cracks. Dr. Ronald Hillock is one of the few surgeons that inserts a rod up into the leg. The bone, the femur bone, grows around it, so they never have to wear that suction socket again. They literally screw their leg on, and it changes their lives. They can go grocery shopping.
Isn't
They
that
can do,
nice?
he's fascinating.
It's great for our vets and everybody.
But who would know about a man like this unless he had a publicist? And so,
and you'd never think that somebody would have a publicist for that. I mean, I'm even quite surprised myself to have, and I'll definitely have him on the show for sure.
Oh, he's wonderful.
So a lot of people can, have this operation done.
And it's so great that you highlight people on the show like this, because you're opening a new sphere of influence for them.
I hope so.
And oh, absolutely.
It's so funny you say influence. I said to somebody the other day, I said, do you think I'm an influencer?
Oh.
And they looked at me and said, Ninon, are you joking? And I said, well, no, I'm asking. Because I don't think I'm an influencer.
Oh,
but
absolutely.
I guess so hire me.
Absolutely, 100% influencer. I mean,
Well,
Facebook,
I
internet.
hope I can help as many people out there as possible.
Yeah.
I had a show before called Voices of Tomorrow where I interviewed children. I did that for 16 years, and I gave them a platform to speak out and be their own. And that was one of my greatest challenges, because where I came from, it was
Sure.
tough.
Well, from my history of being in the dance world, I always used to get up every morning and say, God, if you put me on this earth to teach the cha-cha, take me out now. There's got to be a bigger purpose for me.
Absolutely.
And I realized that it wasn't just teaching people to dance, it was how a couple who were barely speaking when they walked in the studio walked out holding hands. And how
See how
these
that's a
single
connection. That's
men
beautiful.
would meet a woman of their dreams that they never would have met
It
if
wasn't
it wasn't
mean a
on the dance
dancer.
floor. So when I chose to be a publicist, I thought, whose life can I lift today? And that's how I think you are. You're
isn't
one of
it?
those people.
Well, I think you are too now. I mean, now I know what you do, and you lift other people's, especially with the doctors and all those different people.
Yeah.
That don't get that.
Yeah, it's really wonderful to be able to take people's lives and shine a spotlight on them and show them they're important. They're
Do you know
important.
something?
From an
You
entertainer.
are so right. Leslie is so right. And the reason I'm going to say that is every single person in the entire world has something. Everybody has something within them. You just got to find it. Don't pass it by. And everybody is important. I don't care how much money you have or how much money you don't have. That has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
As to who you are, what you are. But there's also how much can you give to other people? How much can you give?
I mean, you have to have limits to what you give, at some point.
Well, yes, but you're only going to give what you can give anyway.
Exactly.
That's all you're going to give.
Like I won't answer my phone anymore at 2 a.m.
I still do, because I got people from England and they call me. They
Or
think,
be like, we need a press release now. We need a
great.
story. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
show you
not
what
ready.
now is. Now will be at 9 a.m. Okay, but for the most part, it's really wonderful to be able to lift people and their careers.
and the look on your face and,
Yeah.
and the excitement in your face of what you do is
I love
amazing.
this.
How can people reach you to get some more excitement?
Well, I own LaGuardia Media and Public Relations, and that website is LaGuardiaMediaPR.com. And reach out to me. You can get my email there, my phone number. And sometimes people just want to brainstorm. How can you build my brand? How can I sell more tickets to my show? How can you make me famous?
Absolutely.
I say, well, I
that's
don't
what
have a
we're here
magic
for.
wand, but I can do.
Do.
Miracles.
We can do it. We can make it. Anyway,
I'm just so happy that I got
She's lovely. I
invited
love
here.
this woman. She's amazing. I want to thank the Art House Theatres for letting us use this space. Is absolutely amazing. They apparently have 20% off any food and drinks and all that stuff and everything. So, and it's a beautiful view up
Beautiful
here.
here.
It's very modern. It's very lovely here. So don't forget. And also, I want to thank Social Media Shows, which is Maria Pureza, for doing my show for me. She's my new producer. She's amazing. She's got me all over the place.
And she's beautiful.
Isn't she beautiful?
Beautiful.
She's about 5'2" or 1 or something. Look, she's going 5'4". No, she's 5'8". Sorry.
4.
I've just built her. No, she's 4 foot something. She's tiny little soul, but she's amazing. We're both laughing. She's laughing with me. But since this is live, what do we care? We'll be right back with our next guest. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you very
You're
much.
just
Thank
lovely.
you. Welcome back to Vegas Live with Ninon. And I have a very famous man right in front of me. He's so well known in Las Vegas, and it's my honor. Luke Perry, how are you?
Oh, it's great to see you again.
I know. Well, last time I saw him, he was giving me an award.
Yeah, you're now an honoree of the personality
Yes,
group.
of the personality group.
Yeah.
You put that whole event
Yes,
together?
yeah.
Did you start that event?
Yes, 5 years ago.
Oh,
yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
So honored. Well, I was honored, and I still am honored, and I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
Why did you do that? Did you want to sort of?
I wanted to kind of catch up with a lot of performers that don't ever get attention, and bring them in and give them a little PR, so to speak, and just have a great entertainment event.
And that's what happened, and it was like, because they're noted for what they do, and they're
Yes.
thanked for what they do.
Yes.
And a lot of performers don't get that, it's sort of, they don't get any notice. And actually that's why we do our show, so we can get people
Right,
out there.
yeah.
So what are you doing now?
Well, first let me thank you for inviting me on again. This is the second time
Yes.
on your other show. You got 2 shows, right?
Yes, yes.
And everybody's enjoying them, of course, and learning a lot about the talent.
Thank you.
of,
Yeah, we're doing a lot of the Italian. Well, we do a lot of Vegas Live with Ninon. Is the Italian in Vegas and what's going on here. And then the other show, Ninon Speaks, is sort of more national. It's more international. We have Australia, we go Germany, we go London, we go Paris. We're all over the place with that one because that's on the internet. And that's doing very well. And also that show is also on Roku now.
Well, this is beautiful. Place
Isn't
you
this
have
beautiful
here downtown.
Yeah, but this is
They
the
call it
art
Art House.
The
I mean,
art
it's the first time
house,
I've been
the
in
Art
here.
House Theatre. It's amazing, and
Yeah.
it's wonderful.
Do they have movies here? Or
They have movies here, and they have a bar here, and they have drinks, and they have food. They have everything here. Everything.
They
you
have
can wish for.
entertainment,
They have, and they have a lot of parties up here. People can book the room, and they can
Oh,
do
nice.
everything. Yes, very, very nice.
I've never been in here, but I've heard about
No,
it.
nobody knows about this place, so I'm trying to publicize the fact that it is down
Well,
here.
I'm beginning to find out a lot of people don't know what's really going on downtown.
No.
There might be a little we can talk about
Yeah,
that.
so what is good? You tell me what's
It's
going
just-
on downtown.
This is an example right here. I mean,
Right, this.
we're not showing all what it's about here, but
No.
it's obvious a very classy place.
Yes.
And they're tearing down a lot of the old properties and building these kind of locations.
There's a street down here, they've torn all the old hotels down. I
Right.
think it's called Fremont Street. I'm not sure. I think it's Fremont. But it's the other side of Fremont. And they've torn all the hotels. They've got them all barbed wired up. And I don't know what they're going to be building there, but they're probably, they're doing something with it that way.
This idea of turning this area into an art area
Art
was
district, yes.
started by a former mayor before the Goodmans.
Oh, really?
And they were good enough, Oscar and his wife,
Yes,
our
Caroline.
current mayor, to keep it going.
Yes.
And, it's been very fruitful. People need to come out, but, they have to experience in order to understand that it's a lot of safe places you can go here.
Yeah, because this is kind of the old Vegas. This is where Vegas, the Golden Nugget and the
It's old
Queens
and new, but it's,
Well, it is.
I
Well,
mean,
yes.
this is classy. I mean, it's
Very,
where
very
you're doing your
classy.
show
Yeah,
here.
this is very classy.
Yeah,
This has
it's-
only been built about 4 or 5 years, this building. So it's very, very
We
good.
have these very nice high rises, and
Yep.
besides art, it's known for the legal community too. They congregate down here, taking up all the old properties.
City Hall's down here.
City Hall,
Council,
brand new
everything.
City Hall.
Yeah, brand new City
Yeah.
Hall. Everything's down here.
So
Absolutely.
it's really nice.
So how long have you been in Vegas?
Let's see now, it's about 30 years.
30 years? Oh,
Yeah.
long time. So you can tell many a story.
What do you want to hear about, Hollywood or Las Vegas? To me, they're both the same, everybody. I don't see any difference between that Hollywood or here.
Oh, here.
And
Well, I think here is more live entertainment. Hollywood's more filming and, TV and all that.
it's all around.
Yes,
you know,
it's
I
all,
mean,
yes,
so you
everything.
can just about get anything you want over there.
No,
if
you
want.
have a studio here, don't you?
Yeah, it's small, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's another thing that's happening. They're building more studios for different projects, and people are leasing them out for other things.
Yeah, do you find the film business is coming in here more?
Not as much as they could.
Not as
You don't want
much
to
as
get me
they
going
could.
on that one, but
Well, yes, I definitely want to get you
yeah,
going on that. Absolutely.
Well, I'm a film marketeer, so I mean, it's one of the things that I know that this town could do better in that area, and they just need a little.
Okay, if this town can do better, who can we get hold of to get this going even more? Because we are live, so anybody out there is going to hear what we're going to say.
It's a state matter,
It's a state matter.
so it's up to the legislature and the governor if they want to address how to bring money into the state of Nevada. I mean,
apart
that's
from the casinos.
apart from the casinos,
Apart from the casinos, to branch out
to branch out.
and
Yes.
bring the film business in here.
Yeah, they'll come here. I mean,
Well, I would imagine the film business would come here because you've got all these hotels, you've got
Yeah.
sets already made.
yeah, and anybody that wants to have a debate about it, we could sit here and count all the films that are being done here. In fact, my good friend Steve Netflix is producing a movie at his home this week, so they do come here.
Yes.
It's nobody's really going out and doing the salesmanship, the marketing, and blasting away. That you come to Nevada, we can do anything here.
Well, they can do anything here. I mean,
Well,
absolutely.
this town has some of the most talented people in the business.
It does.
Everything from the makeup artist to the cameraman.
Yeah, they got from behind the scenes to in front of the scenes, and they've even got the old actors and the new actors, the young ones and the old ones and the middle ones, and they are starting to make a lot of. But I do agree with you, more could come here.
Yes. Yeah.
And what's the reasoning why they won't? Is it because is it expensive to come here? Because I know
No, they've wanted to come here before, and we had a tax law that they were using, and they cut that and went with automobiles, which I don't understand, but I mean,
I
that's
think he's talking about Tesla.
one of those companies. Now batteries, they're building batteries up north.
That's Tesla.
Yeah, and down here they had one that went out, quick as it came in. But there was a tax law that allowed for certain things to occur that were beneficial.
Yes.
And it was used for that instead of the continuing tax break for the producers and what they bring here. What they need is a good sit-down conference on the impact of everything in that industry. Because it's not just the cameras and the studio, it's what goes into all that.
But you've got makeup, you've got wardrobe, you've got actors and actresses, you've got producers,
Carpenters,
directors,
soundmen, lighting
stage
people.
I mean, you've got a whole thing.
Yeah. So all in all, when they're doing that, it's bringing income in. So
Of course.
It's not something they have to develop or design. It's there. They got a script. They make a movie. They build a set.
And it keeps going, and
keeps
it
going.
multiplies, and it multiplies, and it multiplies.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do? How are you? Because you're Luke, you're very inspirational. A lot of people know you,
Yeah.
but a tremendous amount of people respect what you have to say and what you do. So how could you get this working?
Well, it takes first few people to get together
Okay.
and agree.
Who are these people to get together?
Well,
Mostly the city council or governor?
You
or
would be
the-
like one.
Whoa.
No,
Cool.
everybody doesn't know
Yes.
about her background. She's being shy about talking about your background. Come on, we're both in this business for a while.
A long time.
Yeah, a long time. So
It's about you.
Yeah, but the bottom line is it takes people like you. There are others that I could find and invite into a conversation. But
So why don't we do that?
well,
All right, I'm going to
yeah,
make it
do
known
it.
right now.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
I'll be glad to do it.
You put it together, and I promise, I will turn up. And I will definitely speak my
Yeah.
mouth, because that's what I do.
Well, what you see, what
People like it or not.
And so the only way it's going to happen is to make it known to this governor and the legislators what this can do. Some of them
Yes.
know, but they're not interested,
So we really need a meeting with all of them, so we need a contact person, which I'm sure you know, after 30 years of being here.
I do. Yeah.
So after 30 years, let's make, and anybody listening out there to what we're talking about and want to become part of this, right?
Right. I mean, I don't invite any of them in. I'll start with talking to the film office. They do what they can do.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, and I'm not going to get into the whole story about it, but I will tell you that a long time ago, the film office was on its own. Now it's under Economic Development Council. That council is involved in many things.
Okay.
And you have to zero in on this. We need people from the industry who will work strictly on this. And
Yes.
we have in all states, and that's funny, Nevada doesn't have one, all the others do, a television entertainment commission.
don't have one?
Devoted to this industry, which is one of the top industries.
Well,
in
maybe
the
they
state.
will start doing that because the industry is getting bigger. I think maybe because it wasn't big enough and they didn't think, whatever, I don't know. Maybe I'm making excuses, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that, definitely this should happen.
Right, yeah.
Absolutely. So what's the first thing that I can do? Well, the first thing I've done is have you on my show. So I've done the number one thing I can do.
We can start contacting people in the industry that we know of and get their opinions. Some of them have a diverse opinion of why we wouldn't have it here.
Well, maybe they've been fed the wrong opinion, and so they've taken that. So if we can try to help, explain to people, I'm not going to say teach you or make you do anything.
Yeah, right.
Well, to let you know what can happen here and how we can open it up, and because there's so many sets here. I mean, you can go into a hotel, there's sets everywhere. You've even got the desert. You can even do a cowboy movie here. You've got all the mountains. You've got
I've
everything.
got a script for that one.
You got a script?
I got a script for that one.
I don't have any scripts yet, but I'm sure I can juggle up a few. I can have a few
Famous
scripts.
guy, Arizona Charlie's.
Okay, so anybody out there, I would like them to get in touch with us, Vegas Live with Ninon, and also to get in touch with social media shows, Maria Pureza, and see how we can get maybe something together, a meeting together. And of course, Luke Perry, can you give your information out there? Can you give your phone number out there?
Yeah, I'll give the phone number and the website.
What's the website?
The website is PN, that's Personality Network,
Okay.
LasVegas.com. And
Okay.
phone number 702-595-5853.
Got the number right.
So, you know, it's just people, we just got to pull them together. You know, I wanted to talk to you about some other things that
Okay,
make this happen.
come on.
You know, one thing about this town is we have a bunch of young entertainers here.
Yes, we do. I just have one on, Troy.
I saw. And they're blossoming, and we
Yes.
need to get them to the point where the people that run the entertainment places will accept them and let them on the stage.
Yes,
So we can grow.
absolutely.
And bring in the bands that are already here to back them up, to keep the musicians busy.
And we have so many bands, and you're absolutely right on that. But can I ask you a question about this four-wall thing? There's a four-wall thing. There is no entertainment in the entire world that can afford to pay for this four-wall or three-wall or two-wall as the money comes in. It costs the money in the end. So how do we get over this thing? Of
There are two ways to get around it, but
Okay.
myself, I would prefer to go in and do that and find a sponsor, but that's me.
Yes.
Then let the people that do the booking see what I have to offer them.
Okay.
They're looking at numbers. They're bean counters nowadays.
Yes.
They're not
Well,
looking
they're
at
looking at the bottom line.
the bottom line.
Yeah, they're looking at the bottom
Yeah,
line, and,
yeah.
and that's very obvious.
So, but the
It's
four-wall
corporate.
concept is you produce your own show.
You produce your own show.
Right.
But then they make that so unaffordable, and a majority of people, musicians and people, cannot put their own.
This is a beautiful place to do one like that. I
Yes.
mean, if you can fill this up in here, you're going to impress some people.
Yes.
You
Oh,
know,
okay.
That's,
So
this,
try.
is this is an example. If you can get the people that run this to allow you to come in and do something, cut
and
the
invite
cost.
invite the people. Well, actually, the art house would also make money because we have a bar
Absolutely.
here. Got a bar here that you can buy drinks, and then there's a great place in the back here that could be where the stage is, or even make a stage.
I've
up
never
there.
put an event on where the bar didn't make money. So
Yeah,
if they'll
everybody
work
else-
with it on that basis, you're doing well.
And you'd have to
doing
have this in the evening because most people like to drink in the evening, not during the day. I don't think these day things are really that good for drinking.
But going into one of the casinos and four-walling, it's like a banquet room. You
Yes.
get the room and you do whatever you want with it.
Yes.
How much food?
But
everything.
how does the performer make money? Because now this is the question. Now the performer comes back, and the performer comes with, so they're booked for a gig, but now they still have to pay a 3-wall or 4-wall. So where do they make the money?
At the door, you know, with the tickets.
The ticket, yeah.
You got to sell tickets,
Yeah.
unless the bar wants to split with you if they want to do that, or
Yeah.
you know, or
So
they
I
hire.
think I've got the answer to the whole thing. The answer to the whole thing is try to work together. Try to work with the entertainment, with the artists, and work with the hotel. And I think if you both work together, I mean, you can't have one making more money and the other making less money. I think if they work together and they have, you know, say they've got all these, say they've got 100 or 300 people coming in, they split that. And then what's at the bar, they split that too. I think, you know, when they...
What's good too is you find a place that has a membership. Like the most active one is the Italian American Club.
Oh, that's a great place.
I've had a couple, 3 shows there, and you sit down with the general manager there and work out your deal.
Yes.
But he has a set audience of members who want entertainment and
Yes.
they want to dine there. So
Yes.
they buy the tickets. That was one of the keys to my success a couple
See,
times.
that's run very well.
Got an audience already.
Well, you've got an audience already, but also you're able to pay the entertainment because they've got to be paid.
Well, yeah.
They're not asking for that much either.
Well, it depends on if it's your band or you're hiring musicians or.
Well, yeah, well whatever you do, it's going to cost something. Along the line, you're going to pay for a
Yeah,
singer or a
yeah,
band, or
well,
you're the singer, and they're
in
going to
that
get the
instance,
band.
it's nice when you can raise a little money. In that case, they have an Italian education fund
Yeah.
which I help raise some money for.
Okay.
And you can go to places that'll do fundraisers like that and allow you to expose yourself that way.
Absolutely.
And you get the whole. There's
thing.
different kinds of ways to
It's
handle
just a matter of everybody getting together and working. I have a very, very good friend of mine actually who's helping Vegas Live with Ninon. Her name is Dana Day. And I met her some time ago, and she actually, she's kind of got herself together more now than ever, and she's getting gigs. And I've always said to her, you know, when you go out at night, dress up as if you were going to go on stage.
Right.
Be prepared, because if you're not dressed to go on stage, they're not going to call you up, because you're representing that person that's calling you up, and they look good, they're all dressed up, and they've got the thing going and everything else. And if you come up, if you're dressed, they will say, hey, Dana, do you want to do a song up here? This has happened to her many, many times now, because she's out there and she's dressed up.
She's one of my honorees too. I'm proud to say, you know,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
slippery
I
floor.
don't want you to fall down. I lose my
Slippery
guess.
floor here, you know.
Slippery wicket. Anyways, I just want to give that little plug out
Right.
to Dana Day.
Yeah,
because
Dana,
she's-
great lady.
Dana's a great lady. I've
great
known her many,
performer.
many years, and
Yeah.
she's just a very nice lady, very honest, straight, and all that. And she's in the back saying, Ninon, that's enough, that's enough. It's never enough. Never enough. And also Troy, he was here too. He's amazing.
Yeah, it was interesting, your guests today that you
Yeah,
had.
they're fascinating. But it's funny because that's what we do. Vegas Live with Ninon is promoting everybody out there. But I also want to thank our audience out there, because if it wasn't for you, I can't do what I do. So I want to thank you all out there, because nothing happens without you.
I'm
my
really
goodness.
privileged to be on your show. you know.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
allowing
thank
me
you.
to
It's
come,
an honor to
come
have
here
you.
and talk. But
Absolutely.
there's just a lot of opportunity right now in Las Vegas for people, and the Hollywood industry has moved here.
Yes. Well, they're getting here. They're realizing what it is now.
Be
It is a-
surprised who lives in this town. I'm always surprised to
Yeah.
find
Well,
that
there's a lot of the older entertainment
Yes.
here that have retired.
Right,
A lot of them.
right.
I
yeah.
believe we're doing a private filming on Friday, this coming Friday, with Nelson Cedele.
Sardelli?
Cedele, yeah, we're doing a private showing at his house. We're going to film his house. He wanted us to come over, so we're going to be doing that. So I've let the cat out of the bag, haven't I? Okay, well, I always do that anyway.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I want to shout out to
Go ahead, shout out whoever you want.
Ned Mills. It's his birthday right now.
Ned Mills,
Yeah.
happy birthday.
So I'm looking forward to
What
spending
is
more
it,
time with him.
39 and holding?
Oh, who knows? you know.
But
But he's a great music director, and they got a great show with Sally and him on the Carpenters.
Oh, the Carpenters, they're great too.
Great people. So I just wanted to say happy birthday to you, dude. Keep it up.
There you go. Thank you all for watching.
one other
Good.
person's.
Go ahead.
And I had to say, not goodbye, because they're coming back for Christmas. Heidi Thompson, and you know, she's moved. She's the famous Cher
Yes,
impersonator.
yes.
They just moved to Georgia. It's so bad to
Georgia,
leave them
alright,
to
Georgia.
see them go. You know,
Yeah.
their husband's a great.
But they'll
horn
come
player.
back. They'll be back.
They'll be here for Christmas.
Yeah.
You know,
fabulous.
there's a lot of them coming and going.
I'm sure there's many people you could give a shout out to. So we'll just shout
no, I'm
out to
not
all
going
of
to do
them.
nothing except that, you know, they're special. So
They're special to you.
You know,
okay.
I could.
But thank you
okay.
again thank you for coming on my show, and thank you again for watching Vegas Live with Ninon. Don't forget to go to YouTube and subscribe. And also, if you have anybody you know that would like to come on our show, get in touch with Maria Pureza. We'll be right back next week. You take care.
Thank you. Adios.